Imagine this. You wake up in the morning feeling good. You're ready to take on the day. Then, out of nowhere, an unexpected message arrives. Maybe it's an insult, bad news, or a rejection. Your mood shifts instantly. Anger, frustration, anxiety. Just like that, you've lost control. Now what if I told you it doesn't have to be this way? What if? No matter what happens, no matter what someone says, no matter how unfair life seems, you could remain completely untouched, just like a rock standing firm against the waves. This isn't just wishful thinking. This is the mindset of the Stoics, a group of ancient philosophers who mastered emotional resilience and taught that nothing has the power to affect you unless you allow it to. By the end of this video, you will have practical tools to apply this Stoic wisdom in your own life, so that stress, criticism, and external events no longer dictate your emotions. Before we begin, here's something to think about. Have you ever let something small ruin your entire day? Comment Stoic Mindset. If you're ready to stop letting things control you, let's begin. The Stoic mindset's the dichotomy of control. What you can and cannot control. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most powerful men in history, faced war, betrayal, and loss. Yet, in his private journal, what we now call Meditations, he wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Think about that for a moment. Most of our suffering comes from trying to control things we cannot control. The Stoics divided life into two categories. Things we can control: our thoughts, our actions, our reactions. Things we cannot control: other people, the past, random events. But here's the mistake most people make. They focus all their energy on what they cannot control. That's why they suffer. Let's say someone insults you. You have no control over their words. But what you can control is whether you let it affect you. Here's a question for you. Would you hand over your peace of mind to a stranger? No. Then why let someone's words dictate your emotions? Take a piece of paper and write down 3 things that are stressing you out. Then ask yourself, 1. Is this something I can control? 2. If yes, what action can I take? 3. If no, can I let go of my attachment to the outcome? Try this now, and comment below what category most of your stress falls into. The power of perception. It's not what happens, it's how you see. Epictetus, a former slave who became one of the greatest Stoic teachers, said, "People are disturbed not by things, but by the view they take of them." Let's put that to the test. 2 people lose their job. 1 person panics, feels like a failure, and spirals into depression. The other sees it as an opportunity to finally start their own business. Same event, different reactions. Why? Because nothing is good or bad, it's our perception that makes it so. Think about a time when you assumed something was a disaster, only to realize later that it was actually a blessing in disguise. A rejection that led you to something better. Setback that forced you to grow. This is why the Stoics train themselves to see every event as neutral. Think of a recent problem. Reframe it. Ask yourself, what's the opportunity hidden inside this? If a Stoic were in my shoes, how would they react? Type reframe in the comments if you're willing to see challenges differently. Amor fati. Loving whatever happens. One of the most powerful Stoic principles is called amor fati, which means love your fate. Marcus Aurelius put it this way: a blazing fire makes flame and brightness out of everything thrown into it. Life will throw hardships at you, that's inevitable. The question is, will you let those hardships break you, or will you use them as fuel to become stronger? Seneca was exiled from Rome, but instead of falling into despair, he used the time to write some of the most influential Stoic works ever. Thomas Edison's entire laboratory burned down, and instead of mourning, he said, "Now we have a chance to start fresh." Think of your biggest challenge right now. Instead of resisting it, try saying, "This is happening for me, not to me." Comment fuel below if you're ready to turn obstacles into opportunities. Stoic practices to build mental toughness, negative visualization, preparing for the worst. What if the secret to happiness was imagining the worst? The Stoics practiced negative visualization. They would mentally prepare for setbacks before they happened. They wouldn't be shaken when they did. Seneca put it this way: he robs present ills of their power who has perceived their coming beforehand. Tonight, before bed, imagine: what if I lost my job? What if my plans fell apart? How would I handle it? Instead of fearing these thoughts, prepare for them. When the worst happens, you'll already be mentally strong. So, what's the final lesson here? Nothing, absolutely nothing, has the power to affect you unless you let it. You can't control the world. You can't control other people. But you can always control how you react. Now tell me which Stoic practice resonated with you the most. Comment below and let's discuss. And if you want to build an unshakable mindset, watch my next video on the Stoic morning routine. It will change how you start your day. Stay strong. Stay Stoic. See you in the next video.